It's the National Football League on EA Sports. We've got J.K. Dobbins. He had the D's number a week ago, nearly 190 yards rushing. It's the Ravens and the Pats on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the New England Patriots. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Patriots team entering play. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, an early season tilt. And when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet. And both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A time for Mac Jones and his Patriot offense to take the field. Jones now in his second season since being selected 15th overall in 2021.
Before the game, when I said hello to him, I tried to give him a little dap, but he wouldn't give me any, and I thought he was snubbing me. Then I realized he's keeping all that flame to himself. How about the week he had last week? AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Jones looking to throw it on the first play. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards. Now Jones. Over the middle, complete. That's Henry. The numbers for Hunter Henry from a week ago. 7 catches, 74 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Throwing, Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 yards there for number 15.
Nelson Aguilar's moved around a little bit in the NFL with stops in Philadelphia and Las Vegas. But last year in New England, was brought in as a free agent to stretch the field and make big catches downfield. His turn this time for a target, and he gives them a first down.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Harris running straight ahead. And he gets it down to the 32. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. They'll run it. This is Ramondre Stevenson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And now a pause. It looks like we have a Patriot injured on the play. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Jones. Completes it to, and it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And now off to the races down the right side. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 2nd down from the 8. They can get a 1st down by reaching the 5. They'll go option to the short side. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. Jackson's going to keep it. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Jones. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Work now for Jones and the Patriots here after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Jones to throw on 3rd down. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Kyle Hamilton brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The 1st sack of his NFL career.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. James Prochet deep for Baltimore. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, he shifts past him. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. They'll spot it at the 47. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. The catch is made. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. New England's offense set to go. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Ravens are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
False start, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Throwing is Jackson. And that's going to be caught. It's James Prochet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. He gets this underneath to Dobbins, and they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson dancing to his left, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. This defense for the Pats, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Some good games coming up here in Week 3, the first weekend of fall officially. And tonight, the Niners and Broncos from Denver. 49er fans are probably saying, wait, I thought we were done with Russell Wilson. No, they'll see him tonight. And then on Monday night, Cowboys and Giants from MetLife Stadium kicking off at 8:15 Eastern. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
That's interference. Defense.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. Open man is born. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call.
Defense.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got the connection here to Bourne. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Now Jones on 1st down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On the give, this is Harris. He's able to get 4 back on the run, but now they'll have to find something here on 3rd and about 14. Looking to throw. Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before he could get to the marker.
So on 4th down, Jones jogs off, and on comes a longtime vet, Nick Folk, for the Pats field goal try. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And they will not cut into that 10-point lead. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55. But you'll see it just conk off that upright. And they're denied a chance at 3 points.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Jackson going to look to run with it. And he is going to lose yardage here. It was Matt Judon that time who worked his way in to blow that play up.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. Now Jackson. Forced out to his left. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Fielded right around the 8. New England trying to get a place on offense.
They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And over the middle, this is Parker. A good gain on 1st. Has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now a give. Running left is Harris. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
44 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble. Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And this one is incomplete.
Following the play here, now we've got an injury.
We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down. Now Dobbins again on second down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On third down, Jackson. To Boyle here over the middle. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it fourth down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on third down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And deep to return it is Marcus Jones. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 36. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Patriots take over. New England's offense set to go. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Now it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Jones. He gets it complete to Harris. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Off play action. Jones. Open receiver here, complete, it's Parker. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Complete. Hunter Henry with a grab. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones finding Bourne here over the middle. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to throw again. Parker's got it for a Patriots touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Patriots get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and it's now 13-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Raven offense going to take over late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson able to locate Andrews here on the out route. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Jackson on first down. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Dietrich Wise running through and dropping him for the sack. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Next, they look at the next-gen stats for the Ravens in that first half. And even though they've got the lead, they're likely going over ways they can improve the running game, as they didn't find a whole lot of success in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Well, I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Dobbins trying the left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Another run here with Dobbins. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Patriots offensive unit. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
He juked him, and he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
57 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play calling is working very well for them right now.
Now Jones, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Jones. It's brought in by Harris. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Now Jones. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he will have a Patriots 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far in this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this complete to Henry over the middle.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or 2. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
Throwing Jones. Over the middle to Smith. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Harris. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Jones. Parker's got it for a New England touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Patriots have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Full connects on the extra point, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jackson now.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to kick it away. Here's Jones. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. But now this offense comes back out onto the field.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones going deep here for Parker. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Jones now on 3rd down. And now another one thrown incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball. But the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Again, Jackson will keep it.
And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. From the 41, Jackson. And his throw is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. To throw is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Jones on the return. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now out come the Patriots. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? and that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jones. And this is Parker, complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Foxborough. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Jones throw into the hands of Henry here. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is going to lose yardage here. New England on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Prochet on the return. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go option to the short side. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play there for Baltimore. And even 40 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. Tucker's kick is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
New England trying to get a place on offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Stopped in his tracks and given a loss on that play by Patrick Queen.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Now on 2nd and 13, Jones. And that'll be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Out right to Bourne. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a 1st down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Option play, and they'll hand to Dobbins.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the 4th quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production, but how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys, because they're getting to him before he can get started.
On 2nd down, there's the option going left. And he is going to lose yardage here. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Jackson. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now, because he's been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Jones on the return. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Patriots gearing up to go now.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest. I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Jones. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Jones. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 43. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Jones. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. Now Jones. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They hand this off to Harris. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Open man is Jacoby Myers. He's got it. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. To throw is Jones. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. On third down, here's Harris. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Harris running straight ahead, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. For the lead, here's third and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. The 30, past the 20, 10. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Jones picked by a familiar face, his Bama teammate Jalen Armour-Davis.
And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start by running the option to the right. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Ravens, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo